Hi viewers, welcome to Shaker's Bio Factory for need. If you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notifications. In this video, I am going to start one of the chapter. It is Anatomy of Flowering Plants and Introduction along with Meristematic Tissue. Anatomy is a branch of biology. It deals with study of internal structure of plants. And in plant body, a cell it is considered as structural and functional unit. In plant body, many cells are organized into a group it is called tissues. And these tissues it becomes into tissue system, and finally the tissue systems are organized into different organs present in plant body like root, stem and leaf. And these different type of organs present in plant body it shows different type of internal structure related to its anatomy. The first concept is tissue. So a tissue is referred to as the group of cells which having common origin, and these tissues can perform a common function. So all cells present in a tissue, they are similar in structure. Along with that, these cells usually performs a common function. These tissues, it may be structurally similar or structurally dissimilar sometimes. But a plant body is made up of different kinds of tissues present in its structure. During this, the plant tissues are broadly classified into two main groups. It is based on either they having a capability of division or the cells are not divided. In this, the first type of tissues present in plant body are called as meristematic tissue, and second type is permanent tissues. The first tissue is meristematic tissues. So, in a plant body, the growth is completely restricted to some specialized portions in its structure, and these portions having active cell division is referred to as meristem. They are meristematic tissues. These are group of immature cells, but they are preparing to divide, or it is having a continuous state of division capacity. These are referred to as meristematic tissues. And each meristematic tissue it consists of thin cell wall, dense cytoplasm and prominent nucleus, and the cells are arranged without intercellular spaces. These are called as meristematic cells. They becomes into meristematic tissue. In plant body, the growth is unique because the plants it have a capability to divide continuously to perform unlimited growth throughout their life. And this capability of plants it is due to presence of a continuous dividing special type of tissue is called as meristematic tissue. The basic function of this tissue is they contributes growth due to continuous cell divisions. The meristematic tissues are specialized areas in plant body, and this meristem it possesses meristematic tissue, and it is the main area for active cell divisions. In plant body, generally it having different kinds of meristematic tissues, but the basic character of all these cells is it have a capability to divide continuously, and also they have persistent power to divide. So depending upon its origin in their life in plant body, these meristematic tissues are basically two types. In these, the first type is primary meristematic tissue, and second one is secondary meristematic tissue. The primary meristematic tissue, that means the meristematic cells which are developed at the earlier stages of life is referred to as primary meristematic tissue. So during sexual reproduction, the zygote becomes into embryo, and in this embryo some of the cells are differentiated and becomes into promeristem. When these promeristem cells are divided, then it becomes into primary meristematic tissue. The primary meristematic tissue, it is responsible for the formation of initial or primary plant body. The cells of primary meristematic tissue, they divide continuously, but sometimes the newly formed cells soon they lost the capacity of division, and these cells can make plant body that becomes into permanent cells. The second type of meristematic tissue is secondary meristematic tissue. So secondary meristematic tissue, it appear later than primary meristem in the life of plants, and these secondary meristematic tissue, it is responsible for production of various secondary tissues, especially in woody areas, is called as secondary meristematic tissue. Where woody parts are present in plant body that can develop a new meristematic tissue, it is called secondary meristematic tissue, like vascular cambium present in vascular bundles, cork cambium present in cortex. These secondary meristematic tissues are developed in lateral stages and give rise to some of the another new permanent cells during growth and development. On the basis of position present in plant body, the meristematic tissues are three types. In this, the first type is apical meristem. Second type is intercalary meristem, and third type is lateral meristem. The first type is apical meristem. So the apical meristem is nothing but the meristematic cells which are present at the tip of plant body, more specifically at the tip of the root and the tip of the shoot. It is referred to as apical meristem and is also one type of primary meristem. This apical meristem, again it is further classified into two types. In this, the first one is root apical meristem. That means the root tip, it consists of a group of meristematic cells called root apical meristem or RAM. Similarly, at the tip of the shoot also it consists of meristematic cells. It is called as shoot apical meristem or SAM. The main function of this apical meristem is the apical meristem, it contributes to increase the length and also it helps to elongation in plant along with their axis. The growth of the root and stem in length, it is possible with the help of apical meristematic tissue and it helps in primary growth. So during the formation of leaves, at this time, when the stem is elongated, during this stem elongation, some of the apical meristematic cells present at their tip, they left behind, and when they left behind, then it enters into a small bud present at the axil of the leaf is called as axillary bud, and axil is referred to as a small angle present in between leaf and stem is called as axil, and in this axil, if it consists of a small bud with apical meristem, now it is called axillary bud. So the main function of this axillary bud is the axillary bud, it consists of shoot apical meristem and it have a capability to produce branches, Sometimes these axillary buds may turn into a flower. The second type is intercalary meristem. So during growth and development, some of the meristematic cells, these are present in between matured or permanent cells, is referred to as intercalary meristem. The main activity of this intercalary meristem, it helps to add new cells in stem axis, and also it helpful for length of plant and increase the size of organs in plant body. So more specific function of intercalary meristem is in case of grazing animals. So when eat their grass, at this time, due to presence of intercalary meristem within mature tissue, when the leaf part are degenerated by grazing animals or eaten by grazing herbivorous animals, that lost part can regenerate with the help of intercalary meristem in grasses. Both this apical and intercalary meristem are example for primary meristem, and these meristem it is contributes for the formation of primary plant body is called as primary growth. Along with that, we have one more type of meristem. It is example for secondary meristem is called lateral meristem. The meristematic tissue, it is found in matured region of root and shoot is called as lateral meristem. Example, both vascular and cork cambium are formed in lateral stages of growth. That's why it is referred to as lateral meristem and is also called as secondary meristem. So this secondary meristem is formed later than primary meristem. That's why it is called secondary meristem or lateral meristem. The lateral meristem is also called as cylindrical meristem because this meristem it is formed in the form of a circle and continuously and appear like cylindrical. That's why this lateral meristem is also called as cylindrical meristem, and these cells divide in radial direction, and this radial direction growth it helps to increase the radius or girth of the main stem and root, useful for secondary growth. So example for this lateral meristem like the fascicular cambium present in between xylem and phloem, interfascicular cambium present in between two vascular bundle of dicot stem. Along with these, the cambium formed in cortex is called as cork cambium. These are example for lateral or secondary meristem. And this lateral or secondary meristem, it is responsible for secondary growth. And during this secondary growth, it can produces various secondary tissues like secondary xylem, secondary phloem, along with secondary medullary rays, cork and secondary cortex during secondary growth. So the primary meristem helpful for primary growth to form primary body in plants, and lateral meristem or secondary meristem it helps to perform secondary growth to increase the girth of the main stem and root is called secondary growth. Thanks for watching.